If you love overthinking, you should watch this. The first thing you've got to look at is, what is the source of my overthinking? What am I overthinking about? Maybe it's some relationship that I'm in. Maybe it is something around my business or career. Maybe it is something around my health and body or some relationship issue. Now, once you've identified what it is, you've got to ask yourself where things are right now. Where are they really? And if they're not where you want to be, then you've got to first accept that. This is not where I want to be. Now, I knew a lady once that was one of my clients, and she was seeing this guy, and she really was interested in the guy, and she hadn't heard from him for about a week, and they've been seeing each other for a few months. And it was causing her to overthink a lot. When we explored it further, it's because she wasn't honoring herself. So she could see things the way that they were, right, which is not the way she wanted. But then step two, she's like, where do I want them to be? Well, she wanted communication from him, but she wasn't doing anything about it. So the source of most people when they're overthinking, there's something you're not doing to create the change that you want. And that's why you're overthinking, because you're resisting whatever the thing is that you need to do in order to change that situation. Now, there's some things that you're overthinking about though that you can't change, and I'll talk to that in a minute. But if it is something that you can change, then you want to deal with it now. Now, what I said to her was, you've got to, if you value this person and you value yourself, you've invested enough emotionally into him in order to earn the right to ask him what's going on, right? He has invested in you, you've seen him a couple of months, you've invested in him. So she reached out and just said, look, hey, I'm feeling a little bit distant from you right now. I haven't heard in a week from you. I'm just wondering how you're going and wondering if we could have a little talk. And she did, and then he was honest with her and said that he apologized, he'd been busy, didn't realize what her needs were. That fixed the overthinking, done. So she took action on what she wanted and she honored herself. That's really important. Now, if it's something you change, you've got to honor yourself and act on that right away. That will get rid of your overthinking because you're not acting, you're resisting. If it is something that you can't change, and for example, you can't change if your kids are at school and whether they're doing their work or they're not work while you're in your career. You can't change that right now. You might talk to them later, but you have to have an element of life where you can't control it, you can only influence it. And so you have to learn to let go and come up with some new belief systems. One new belief system that you could have is that life is always happening perfectly for my spiritual evolution. I'm always getting what I need and perfectly need to evolve myself, and everything is in its perfect divine order. I really believe that life is always going to have its equal balance of challenge and support. When you are believing that life should always be great or always be positive or always be supportive for you, it won't be. It's going to have an equal balance of both because life wants you to grow. And it's coming at peace with that and letting go that no matter what happens, everything's going to be perfectly the way it's meant to be. And it's trusting that, right? And that there is a higher divine purpose to everything happening, and greater things are always on the horizon for you, even if they're not the way that you want them right now. Universe is always redirecting you to something higher. I hope that has helped you, and I hope that you've got great value from this. Let me know what you think in the comments. Make sure that you subscribe. And if you really are still struggling with the overthinking, I really recommend the Neurotransformation Therapy program for you to apply for that. And you can click the link in the comments. There is a link to book a call where we show you how you can get to the root cause of this as well, because it can be more of a subconscious thing. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Let me know what you think in the comments, and I will wish you a great day.